At this point in my investment career, there are three things that I'm focused on, and I call these the 3 F's of investing. And that's freedom, forever, and future. And these are three things or three categories really, that I want to make sure that every single one of my investment falls into at least one of them. If my investment falls into at least one of them, then I will consider it. If it doesn't fit any of these categories, chances are I'm not going to pull the trigger on that investment, and I will not be putting my money into that investment because I don't want to be a part of it. I want to make sure that it fits one of these three categories, and they're pretty broad, so don't worry. It's not going to disqualify most of your investments, but for the most part, it does keep you on the right track on investing into long-term things that are going to create a big future for you and your family. Now, let's start with the first one, and that's freedom. Freedom is very interesting because we want to invest into assets that create freedom. Now, I do a full in-depth teaching on this in my program. I'm not going to go into all the details here, but basically, the idea is you want to invest into freedom assets. So one of the investments that I like to make is into Bitcoin mining because it produces freedom. If somebody wanted to be set free from some sort of system, he has to have an alternative. And the way to do that is Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin is arguably a potential way for that person to exit a system and only transact in Bitcoin. And I know people who actually just transact in Bitcoin for almost everything, right? So it's possible, right? And as cryptocurrency and blockchain and all these things keep developing more and more and more, you're going to start seeing more of this. And so more people are chasing that freedom. More people do not want to be locked into their bank. They don't want their money to be sitting in an account somewhere. They want to be off the grid. They want to be in a decentralized location. They want to be in a private storage wallet, right? That gives them more freedom over their own finances. Now, whether that's true or not, this is not the video to discuss that. But we are talking about freedom assets. Another type of freedom asset could be, for example, a private jet. That gives people freedom from having to travel commercial, right? And of course, it's not everybody that's traveling private, but the people that do, they want it for the freedom. It's not because they just really want to fly their own plane or because they want to sit on a couch while flying over to their next destination. It's because they want freedom. They don't want to adhere to airport schedules. They don't want to go through the entire process of going to an airport, which takes a long time, right? They want to have that freedom. Oh, I want to fly somewhere right now. I can go to the airport and get on my plane and go. That's a freedom asset right there. They're able to do whatever they want, whenever they want, with whoever they want. It's something that produces and creates freedom for that individual, and so they're willing to pay a premium for it. Now, all this to say, I'm realizing that there's a lot of opportunity in freedom assets. People are willing to pay a lot of money for freedom. So that's an industry that I want to be positioned in. I want to be taking advantage of the different things that are happening in that industry and positioning myself correctly for when more and more people start opting for freedom. I'm there as an investor and I'm benefiting from the trends that are happening in that industry. These are macro trends. You're not going to stop them, but you can definitely hop on that wave for a ride. The second category that I categorize investments by is called forever. And so really the idea behind this is I want to invest into things that are going to work forever, or at least for the foreseeable future, right? I want to find things that are going to work for a really, really, really long time. I don't want to invest into something that's only going to work for a year, maybe 2 years, or maybe 5 years. 5 years is kind of like my minimum, but I want forever assets. I want stuff like multifamily real estate. When I buy it, I'm planning to never, ever, ever sell it. I'm just going to invest my money into it and hold on to it forever, right? You can also do the same thing with businesses. You buy a business, you hold on to it forever. I'm not planning to sell that business next year. I'm not planning to sell this apartment building next year, right? So you find assets that you can hold on to forever. And so my second category is forever. I believe that it's a very, very important one for myself personally. That allows me to kind of gauge my expectations and really know what I'm looking for when it comes to investing. I'm not interested in a flash in the pan or something that's super fast and quick and easy. I'm looking for things that are long-term, things that are established and institutional. Those are the type of assets that I'm wanting to invest in. So if it doesn't align with the forever aspect, it really is going to have to align with one of the other categories, because typically forever is the one that I look for first. And thirdly, the third category that I categorize my investments by is called future. And so what I mean by future is I want to look for macro trends in the economy, what's happening in the economy, and what's going to continue happening in the future. If it's only happening right now, or if it's only gonna happen for maybe the next year or two, I'm not really interested in that industry. I'm looking for strategic times and strategic entry points into markets that are gonna continue in the future. So for example, one major trend that we have right now is AI. So artificial intelligence, huge. It's a huge trend. Nothing that we do is gonna stop artificial intelligence. It's a macro trend that's impossible to stop. So now I can use that information and start investing into industries that I believe are gonna continue riding that wave into the future. They're gonna continue working with artificial intelligence. They're gonna continue working with other industries that are gonna continue in the future. I wanna invest into different assets and different investment opportunities and businesses that I believe are gonna be the future. So I look for macro trends. I look for where the world economy is going. I look for different things that suggest that, hey, maybe we're shifting away from, let's say, oil and gas, and we're shifting over to green energy. Okay, so that's a macro trend. That's the future. I want to invest into things that are the future. If you're investing into things that are happening right now, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're behind. You have to invest into things that haven't yet happened, and we're heading towards them in order to maximize your potential returns as an investor. So me personally, as an investor, I want to invest into things that I believe are going to be successful and big and viral in the future. I want to invest into those things because I know the future is going to come whether I like it or not. And so that macro trend is going to continue accelerating. It's going to continue growing. And I know that I want to be a part of that wave that's happening in the future. So I'm going to make my investments now and ride that wave into the future. Guys, those are the 3 F's of investing that I look at. I make sure that I categorize my investments into at least one of these categories before pulling the trigger. And that's how I built the portfolio that I have today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.